People of the internet, the time has finally come. TT Games are officially back making Lego games. We won. That's right, folks. Last night at Gamescom, Warner Brothers and TT Games announced Lego Batman: The Legacy of the Dark Knight, which is a new Lego Batman game, which isn't like Lego Batman 4. It kind of is as well, but it's more a game that will follow the story of all the Batman films, or almost every Batman film that we've had in live action, and hopefully also the Lego Batman movie. And obviously, you know me, I've been making Lego videos on Lego DC villains for ages now. I've kind of been doing it, I think, for about 4 years now. I've been making customs for almost like every Marvel project or anything I find interesting. So, of course, I had to talk about this. Obviously, I was very excited when Skywalker Saga came out. But yeah, we just got to get straight into this. So before we talk about and analyze and break down everything we've seen and we know, I do want to ask you all, if you do enjoy the video, please do like and subscribe. That'd be greatly appreciated. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2025, and that is not possible without your help. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. Now, firstly, this game will release in 2026. Obviously, the last Lego game we got, which was Skywalker Saga, or the last proper one, we got in 2022. So it has been about 3 years, or will be about 4 years since we got the last Lego game. I did see some early rumors before it was officially announced, and everything was matching up with what we saw yesterday, that it would release early 2026 as well. So don't quote me on that. Don't take that as a confirmation, but it seems very likely we'll get it in the first quarter of the year. Now let's actually take a dive into the trailer we saw yesterday. So first of all, throughout the trailer, you obviously see a lot of references and a lot of scenes being recreated from the Batman films that we've gotten. Now, initially, the first rumors we heard, it sounded like it was going to be a sort of Skywalker Saga situation where you just got to select the film and then play through it. But instead, it sounds like they're going to do all of the Batman stories merged into one big story, and then make it like some sort of like origin for either the Lego Batman we've always had or just a new Lego Batman. And we can tell this because different designs go across different films. For example, you see the Penguin at the end of the trailer, who very much looks like Danny DeVito's Penguin. You also see a few different suits shown in the trailer. There probably will be more than what we just saw, but for now, we've mostly seen Pattinson's suit as the main suit you wear in the game. I don't know whether that's 100% going to be the case, because we also see on the cover of the game a suit that has the yellow bat symbol. And that also lines up with the current Lego Batman they're selling in the new Arkham Asylum set they're releasing this year. So it makes sense if that is the Batman suit you primarily use. And then there are two other Batman suits you see in the trailer. First of all, you see the Dark Knight suit, which is obviously shown in all the Dark Knight scenes. And then you also see the Golden Age Batsuit, which you can only get by signing up to a Warner Brothers account. And as for the designs of other characters, you can see the Joker is using the Dark Knight design. However, you do see at one point in the trailer that Red Hood falls into the chemicals. And to be honest, the head there looks more like Jack Nicholson's Joker. It looks like Alfred is going to be inspired by Michael Caine's design. Gordon is the one from the Batman, and Catwoman, interestingly, is the one also from the Batman. However, she has the outfit from Batman Returns. And then finally, Bane's design is also from the Dark Knight trilogy. Some other things we notice, we do see Bruce finding the cave for the first time and him training with the League of Shadows, which both look like they're going to be from the Dark Knight trilogy. However, in those scenes, it looks like it's Pattinson's Batman, so that seems to be the main design they're going for. Otherwise, they could potentially give you different Batman heads. And this is where we get our first proper look at gameplay, and oh my god, they have cooked. So the combat seems to be heavily inspired and, almost looks directly ripped from the Arkham games. And obviously, Arkham games are famous for having great combat and great stealth stuff. You can even see later on in the trailer, he uses the explosive gel, which is exactly how it is in the Arkham games. This is obviously a very different combat style than we've had in any other Lego game, because, usually they're all just punch, and whatever, but it seems like there might be some stealth involved. There'll be some actual like combos and stuff you can do. We also know there will be like a new sort of detective mode. I guess it looks very similar to what we had in the Arkham games. A little bit more information we know, the main open world will of course be Gotham City. We've got a few pictures of it and it looks really good. And apparently similar to the Spider-Man games and I think the Arkham games, again, there are going to be crimes you can stop across the city, which just really helps replayability and just adds so much more to the open world aesthetic. Now, for traversal across the world, this is even more interesting. So usually in the past with LEGO games, you've had the grapple guns for any Batman-related character, but unfortunately, you could only grapple up to specific points. Now, it seems like you can grapple anywhere, and that's going to be sort of the main form of traversal. Once again, you can glide down like you could previously. We do know that there will be other Batmobiles and there will be Bat bikes in the game. For now, we only know of Robert Pattinson's Batmobile and we know of the Tumbler. Back to the open world, apparently we'll have like different areas to explore, like the Batcave, which will apparently be customizable, Arkham Asylum, the GCPD. As I said earlier, that most of the stuff we saw in the trailer was linked to the Dark Knight trilogy or to the Batman. However, as I said, we do have references to Keaton's films. But outside of that, I'm not sure if we're going to get any stuff for Lego Batman movie or for Batman v Superman or for the Val Kilmer Batman films. Now here they have confirmed that there will be 7 playable characters in the game, and here it reads as if there are only going to be 7 playable characters. However, it was apparently also confirmed that we will also be able to play as villains in the game. And so far, the confirmed playable characters are Batman, Robin, Catwoman, Jim Gordon, Nightwing, Batgirl, and Talia al Ghul. You can also see with the graphics, it seems like the cutscenes have improved. And as for gameplay graphics, you can see the updated graphics we got with the Skywalker Saga. Overall, this looks very exciting. However, I do have a few requests, TT Games. Firstly, DLCs. I assume you're going to be doing DLCs for the game. I really hope you do something for Superman so we can get David Corenswet Superman in a game properly. And then finally, the only other request I have for this game, and this is the thing I want the most. Please, for the love of God, give me a customizer. It has been, 7 years. 7 goddamn years since we've had a good customizer in a LEGO game. I have been doing customs on LEGO DC Supervillains for, as I said, for like 4 years now. And I would like a new LEGO game to do customs on. That being said, though, I guess I won't have to do any DC customs if they're adding DCU projects in as DLC. But yeah, I just really need this customizer. Like, keep it the same level as the one in DC Villains. It doesn't need an upgrade. Well, no, it can have an upgrade, but if you don't want to upgrade it, I don't mind. Just keep it the same. I'm begging. I'm literally on my knees begging. This, to me, is going to be the definitive LEGO Batman game or LEGO DC game. Obviously, hopefully after this, we get a definitive LEGO Marvel game. But it's just good to have TT Games back. And it looks like they're back with a banger. So, I don't know. We'll see about that. But obviously, there's going to be some gameplay and stuff revealed soon. We'll get more trailers. So, hope you did enjoy the video. I'll probably do a playthrough when the game comes out. I'm just like so excited. I genuinely cannot believe we are back now.